Welcome to Module 14 of the Solid Services Logistics and Dispatching course. This module covers one of the most important topics in the entire program: legal requirements, compliance, and protecting your dispatching business. Dispatching is a business, and every business must operate legally, ethically, and professionally. If you do not protect yourself properly, you expose your company to serious risks. Legal issues, FMCSA violations, IRS problems, payment disputes, and even business shutdowns. A successful dispatcher must be legal, compliant, protected, professional, and fully documented. In this module, you will learn how to build a legitimate dispatching business that is structured correctly and designed to last. Now, let's begin. Required legal business structure. Before you dispatch a single truck, your business must be set up correctly. Dispatching is not a side hustle. It is a professional service business. You must have an LLC, a limited liability company. Your LLC protects your personal assets. It allows you to open a business bank account. And it gives your business legitimacy. You must also obtain an IN from the IRS. This number is used for taxes and banking. Next, you need a business bank account. Never mix personal and business money. You also need a business email address and a business phone number. This protects your privacy and looks professional. Why does this matter? Because proper structure protects your personal assets, allows legal contracts, prevents tax problems, and builds trust with carriers and brokers. What dispatchers can and cannot do legally. This is one of the most misunderstood areas in the industry. Dispatchers work for carriers, not shippers. Dispatchers can book loads on behalf of carriers. They can negotiate rates only when authorized by the carrier. They can complete carrier packets, submit paperwork, handle back-office tasks, plan routes, and manage check calls. However, dispatchers cannot act as brokers. Dispatchers cannot arrange freight without a carrier. They cannot accept payment from shippers. They cannot issue their own rate confirmations. They cannot control the freight. And they cannot be the middleman between shipper and carrier. If you do any of these things without a broker license, you are operating illegally. Why does this matter? Because illegal brokering leads to serious fines, FMCSA enforcement, and business shutdowns. Dispatch agreements, your primary protection. A dispatch agreement is your legal shield. You must have a signed agreement with every carrier you work with. Your agreement should clearly define what you do and what you do not do. It must include carrier authorization to negotiate and book loads, payment terms, your rate, how you get paid, and when you get paid. It must also include a non-broker clause, liability language, and termination terms. Never dispatch a truck without a signed agreement. Why does this matter? Because contracts protect your income, prevent disputes, define your authority, and establish legal compliance. FMCSA and DOT compliance knowledge. Dispatchers are not regulated directly by the FMCSA. However, you must understand carrier compliance rules. You must understand hours of service, ELD requirements, DOT inspections, weight limits, CSA scores, safety ratings, and driver qualifications. Why does this matter? Because brokers expect you to understand compliance. Drivers rely on you to avoid violations. And compliance knowledge builds professionalism and trust. Insurance verification responsibilities. Dispatchers are not required to carry cargo or liability insurance. However, you must verify that your carriers are properly insured. You must confirm $1 million in auto liability coverage, at least $100,000 in cargo insurance, active authority, and proper equipment coverage. Never book a load for an uninsured carrier. Why does this matter? Because insurance issues lead to rejected loads, payment disputes, and damaged relationships. Broker credit checks. Not all brokers pay on time. Before booking any load, you must check broker credit. Use DOT credit scores, truck stop credit, Safer Watch, and feedback from the carrier's factoring company. Low credit brokers lead to non-payment, delayed payment, disputes, and chargebacks. Why does this matter? Because protecting your carrier's money protects your reputation. Record keeping and documentation. Documentation is protection. You must keep organized records of rate confirmations, bills of lading, proofs of delivery, invoices, carrier contracts, emails, call logs, and detention or lumper receipts. Use organized digital systems and maintain clean folders. Why does this matter? Because documentation resolves disputes, supports collections, and creates professional systems. Disputes and conflict resolution. Problems will happen in logistics. Late deliveries, breakdowns, disagreements, unpaid invoices. Your role is to stay calm, stay professional, and document everything. Communicate clearly, follow your contracts, and protect your carrier. Why does this matter? Because professionalism protects your reputation, reduces legal risk, and builds long-term credibility. Business policies you must have. Your dispatching business must have written policies. You need a refund policy, a payment policy, a privacy policy, terms of service, a communication policy, and clear operating hours. Policies create structure. Structure creates clarity. And clarity builds trust. Module 14 Key Takeaways. Let's review. In this module, you learned how to legally structure and protect your dispatching business. You learned the legal boundaries of a dispatcher, the importance of contracts, compliance knowledge, insurance verification, credit checks, documentation, and professional dispute handling. When you operate legally and professionally, you build a business that lasts. This is Solidwood Services Logistics and Dispatching Training. We build professionals, not amateurs.